It was the best of Thai. It was the worst of Thai. What? Just flew into my eye. It smells kind of like sweet. It smells like pad Thai. Everything's gonna be great.
The birds are chirping and the sun gonna shine.
Hey team, Happy New Year! Oh my god, we made it! I'm so relieved that 2020 is over. It was a hard, dark time for many of us. There are still challenges on the road ahead. That said, I also think that there were elements that were beautiful and informative in the midst of all of that instability and depression. So we're starting off the new year strong. For me, that means making my absolute favorite dish. Actually, it's tied for second and third. I really can't decide between the two. They are pad Thai, which we're making tonight, and butter chicken. I love them both so much. These are dishes that I crave every single day. I could eat them every single day. I have eaten them every single day. This is my first time making pad Thai, and I've been really reluctant to try a pad Thai recipe because I never feel like it's gonna be right. I watch people make them or I read and I'm like, something just doesn't seem like this is gonna be an authentic version of pad Thai. Like I'm gonna eat this and it's gonna feel like, it's like kind of scratching the spot but not really hitting it. I stumbled upon this recipe by Song Kyung Longest, who is a YouTuber. She has a segment called Asian at Home. When I saw her pad Thai recipe, I was skeptical. And then I started reading the comments, and I think like the top hit comment is like, I am Thai and I'm here to say that like this is legit. And I was like, great. So that sounds like I need to be making this recipe. Please excuse the heating. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna have so much fun. I have a whole variety of ingredients. I'm gonna prep them first. We're gonna just do some prep, get ready. Oh, this recipe is also meant to have shrimp in it, and I just like didn't get any, so. What? Just flew into my eye. How much of this chicken do we need? Excellent question. Half boneless, skinless chicken. So because I don't have any shrimp, I'm gonna slice a whole chicken breast. Something like went to my eye and it's very creepy. I have been to Thailand, story time. I went in college with a group of students. I was in this living learning community my sophomore year of college. We did not live together, but I think we were supposed to. It was like you all live on the same floor in the same dorm. We all took a class together for a year, and the class culminated in a trip to Thailand and Cambodia. While we were there, we were like meeting with different organizations that were addressing, several social issues like human trafficking and environmental degradation, working with communities in floating villages and working with street children. So it was really awesome. It was great to be there. We were in Bangkok before flying into Cambodia. And while I was there, you better believe I ate pad Thai like virtually daily. It's the greatest thing to just be able to like walk out into the street and like find this stall where you can purchase the most delicious pad Thai for like $1. Street food doesn't usually make me nervous. There's some common sense that goes into it. Like you want to identify, what looks kind of more sanitary. If there's food that's been sitting out and it looks like it's been sitting out for a while and there are like flies landing on it, like maybe don't get that food. Just like go to where there are a lot of people and like maybe other tourists. You can all get food poisoning together. I think the key thing that you want to look out for is if you're in a country where you know that the water isn't potable. Being aware of that is important because sometimes like if you get a juice and it has ice that was made with water from the city, or like some fruits that may have been rinsed in water, like that is what gets me. Anytime that I've had food poisoning while traveling, it's because I had like a fruit that I shouldn't have had. But yeah, if it's cooked, like generally you should be fine, right? Like it just cooks everything. I was living in Ecuador and all of the vegans got sick because they were just eating raw vegetables. And the doctors are like, maybe like cook them. Okay, I'm not using shrimp. I'm not using tofu because I don't like it. Sorry. Oh, I need my shallot. Truthfully, I can't really remember much of what I was doing in Thailand. I mostly remember the meals I had. I remember I had this one pad thai dish, which was probably the best pad thai I'd ever eaten in my life. The only qualm I had with it, and clearly it wasn't enough to really put me off because it's considered the best pad thai I ever had. It had these teeny tiny shrimps in it that were like dehydrated. I wasn't that big of a fan of the dehydrated teeny tiny shrimps. For me, it was just kind of like, it was a tiny shrimp. Like, what's it doing? I think this is supposed to be thin. Yeah? Right? My hope is that this recipe is super easy to make and absolutely delicious, because if it is, I am never buying pad thai again. Okay, what happens now? Oops, half a shallot. Okay, well that's like this. 2 ounces Thai preserved sweet radish, approximately 2 tablespoons. All right, this is Thai preserved sweet radish. I spent a good chunk of time in my local Asian grocery store looking for this. I only found salty preserved radish, so I had to order this online. It smells kind of like sweet. It smells like pad thai. I have a feeling that this is like the secret, you know what I mean? The secret. It's the secret. It's what makes pad thai, but we just like didn't realize it. Okay, how much do we have here? This is probably like a tablespoon. Yeah. Hang out there. Oh, we also went and saw that Golden Buddha. It's huge and it's reclining. I remember that. Just have like a garbage memory, you guys. I'm really sorry. Is this supposed to be finely chopped, do we think? Okay, so that's that. Bean sprouts, garlic chives / green onions. 2 ounces. What is that? I guess I'll just use like enough, you know? Whatever that means to me. Like, yeah, good. Great. So I have never been that big of a fan of bean sprouts, but I know that they're really part of the vibe. We're gonna do it. We're gonna have them. I think my dislike for them came when I got like actual food poisoning once from pad thai, which was such a bummer. It was this place, it's not there anymore in San Francisco, called Best of Thai, and it was the only time I ever wrote a Yelp review, and I was so proud of myself. It was the best of Thai, it was the worst of Thai. Like one person thought it was funny. And I think it was because of the bean sprouts. Because I heard that like you really have to eat these fresh. Okay, so I don't have peanuts. Did I say that? Which is kind of a bummer, but whatever. Okay, and then for the sauce, we're just gonna go ahead and prep my sauce. So I need 3 tablespoons of fish sauce. Oh, you know what I have to do though? I have to make the noodles. Nudes. Should I be boiling water? I guess I should. So I think I'm gonna cook these noodles like I would cook pasta. Like pasta that I'm gonna finish cooking in a sauce or in the oven. So probably subtract a couple minutes or like a minute and a half from the suggested cooking time so that it can finish cooking in the pad thai sauce itself. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of sugar. Sangkyung Longest suggests palm sugar. I kind of forgot about that, so I just have, what is this called? Regular sugar, cane sugar. Okay, and then tamarind concentrate, 1 teaspoon. This I'm excited to use. This I feel like is gonna like really bring it home. I thought this was gonna be like a solid kind of paste, but it's more like liquid. 1/4 cup of cold water plus more if needed. Okay, so I'm adding my water to my sauce. I think I'm pretty much ready to go. My only question is, Sangkyung Longest said that you can have dry noodle sticks that you soak in water for 10 to 15, warm water for 10 to 15 minutes, or you could have the semi-dry noodle sticks, which you just are ready to throw into the pot with all of your ingredients. My big question is, should I just let this soak for 10 to 15 minutes in warm water, or should I cook it? They'll cook in 5 minutes. So if I let these like cook in boiling water for a couple minutes, I think I'm just gonna do that. Oh man, I'm sorry, Songkyung Long guest. I think it should be fine. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it because no time like the present, right? Heat wok over high heat. Got it. Add 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. Cool, I will do that. Add sliced chicken and cook until they are 3/4 of the way cooked and golden edges. After cooking the chicken, it's time to add the shallot, the radish. Cool. I think I can do this. Everything's gonna be great. Bring in a tablespoon of that chicken. I don't know what 3/4 of the way cooked looks like for chicken. Okay, so I finished my chicken. I don't know if that's 3/4 of the way through or done. They seem fine to me, and now I'm still waiting for this water to boil. I'm just gonna make this whole pack. Says it'll be ready in 5 minutes. I don't need it to be ready. Songkyung Long guest says that if it's not cooking for some reason in the pan with the sauce and everything, you can just add a little bit of water to help facilitate the cooking process. So I think that either way, these noodles are gonna end up cooked and it's gonna be great. Just go straight in there. They still feel a bit hard, so that's promising. Into this pot, we're gonna add a little bit more oil. Now it's go time. Now we're getting to work. We're gonna add the shallots and the radish. Stir fry everything together for about 1 to 2 minutes. Then we add our noodles and the sauce we made earlier. Okay, so she has a tip. If the noodles are sticking together, add oil. If they are cooking slowly, add water. So we're gonna go ahead and add our noodles. Oh, my sugar stayed at the bottom. It looks like it absorbed all the liquid. So I'm gonna add the chicken. Oh, no. Oh god. Everyone just come off the heat for a second. Now we're supposed to add the eggs. Come here, chicken. There must be a better tool for this. There is a fork. Oh, and I even read the directions like 6 times. That's okay. So mine's looking a lot more pale than hers did. And I'm wondering, I think that may be because I may have a different tamarind concentrate. So now we push everything to the side. Oh my god. That was way softer than I thought it was going to be. And you let it cook for a little bit without scrambling it. I think I'm ready to scramble. Sprouts. Oh, those are the thingies. What are they? What are they called? The green onions? Ah. Okay. I think that my noodles have probably cooked too much. Nope, they're still hard. That felt like a marathon in the end. I feel like I was estrugliando for the majority of this. Okay. So here's what happened. I thought that my noodles were cooked before they were cooked, and so I went ahead and added all these other ingredients like the egg and the chicken. They weren't cooked. So I started adding water to the entire dish, and I don't know if that's a weird thing to do. It probably is, because like eggs and water is like, what? The dish is still a little bit al dente, the noodles, so I think I'll have to experiment with that again. And next time I think I really could have just soaked the noodles. I think I was hoping to just save me some more time. So here's the thing. It doesn't taste how I would expect it to taste. I think it's not as sweet. It's definitely tangy. There's this like tangy... There's something that's like calling out and it's like, I'm pad thai, but then I'm still missing something. The noodles are definitely not finished. They're a little hard, but they're also kind of like, they stick together. It's like they kind of clump together. So when you put it in your mouth, it just kind of feels like a blob of noodle. I'll still eat the whole thing. I'm gonna destroy this. I'm gonna try again. I may try it with palm sugar next time. Maybe that will be a difference. I'm definitely gonna fix something with the noodles. I feel more confident about the preparation, but I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited to keep trying and to keep making it better. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey. I hope that I've inspired you to go order some pad thai. Try this recipe out and see if it worked for you. Comment if you just have any feedback. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you really enjoyed it. And we'll see you all later. Bye.
And I tell you one thing's been on my mind. This world we live in, well, it's yours.